Good morning, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. First and foremost, we got some new little UFO looking lights. Picked those up and they're a lot brighter. So second, it is very cold out still. Cold for me, cold for California, not for me. It's like 50 degrees out, so hoodie all day, sweatpants all day. Third, today is not going to be an Evo day. It's going to be another video. I have a bunch of stuff sitting behind the camera over here that I'm going to have to start installing. They're inside the little totes and everything, so I've been hoarding a lot of parts for the Evo to try to comprise everything into one big video of just installing the motor and everything. So kind of a break from the Evo for today. Today we're going to be working on a Jeep. Now we're probably not going to do the coolant stuff. I want to wait on that a little bit more. But today we're gonna cut the depot again. I have to cut the rear fenders, though passenger side is, or the rear quarter, the rear fenders, quarter panels. So long story short, I had an outing and I got stuck. I high centered it and I got stuck, but the passenger tire was like in the fender well. What happened was when I was trying to get out, the tire was kind of trying to spin and it was chipping the paint away. So now it's starting to rust a little bit. Not bad rust, it's just like a little, you can just sand it away. So I want to cut a little bit more. I'm going to tape line it out. I'm probably going to cut, I want a seamless look to it, because a lot of people will cut up and then they'll cut up even higher, so it looks like it's stepped, and I don't want that. I want a kind of a seamless fender well line. So we're going to start with that for now. But for now, I'm going to clean the Jeep first. Have my dog in it, so it's very, very dirty. So I'm going to vacuum the whole thing. Then we'll get to cutting, because I'm going to turn the Jeep around, because I also have to clean the truck as well. Let's get started. Jeep is all cleaned up, ready to go. Not really, but it's vacuumed. As you can see, I got my tape line. It's about 1 inch up. The other side's a little bit higher, but I can always grind this down. We'll see how I like this, and I can always reposition the other side or grind more out of this. Same with this. I don't want to go right up to the door. I want to go a little bit below, and then I'll just shave it down so it's flat. And in here, I'm just going to be lopping this off right here. I really don't need a reference point, just on the other sides of the bolts. Same goes over here. Again, this is a little bit higher. And the only reason why I went higher is because, as you can see, I don't know how far up this rust actually goes, so I'll lop this off and I can grind the other side down a little bit higher. And again, I'm just going to be lopping off right over here, right where these screws are, and we should be good. So I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod, and we're going to just time lapse this. You guys have already seen me cut the front. I may chop more of the front off right behind the little bars that come out on the side. I may chop more of that up. I just have to figure out where I'm going to put my fuse box and everything. That's going to be the finished product. Chopped a little bit more, not bad looking. You see kind of like the before and then the after. So I'm not really going to show you the other side. It's the same concept. No point in sitting there setting up another time lapse for me cutting the same thing I just cut, just on the opposite side. I'm going to clean up this side a little bit more, spend a little more time trying to clean it up. It's not the straightest line, and when I was grinding, I noticed that a couple of chops were too far in, so I had to cut a little bit more off. Whatever, I'm not looking for show quality. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it the other side real quick, and I will come back to you guys, and maybe we'll chop up the front too. I'm really thinking about it. All right, so I got everything kind of squared away. I did paint a little bit under here, a little overspray, but this is the other side. I cut a little too close over here. Whatever, once I have it, hopefully a plate, like a strip welded in here, it'll give it some sort of rigidity and whatnot, and then we'll respray that. Overall, a lot more clearance. So I made the decision, I am going to cut the front up, but not right now. I have to kind of really plan out how I'm going to cut this up, so that way I'm going to be pulling the whole front end off. So I'm actually going to pick this video up tomorrow. I don't want to do it yet. It is getting pretty late. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock right now, so I don't want to get too heavy into it, because I do use this Jeep to kind of commute in for now. The truck is nice to commute in, it's big. Still need to go over the stunt bike and make sure that's still running. A lot of projects going on that you guys aren't seeing. The bike stuff, the Evo, the Jeep, a lot of planning, a lot of prep work. I have my whiteboard over here that I've been writing everything down on. So yeah, we'll pick this video back up tomorrow and we'll start chopping. I'm not gonna film anything removing. I'm just gonna go ahead and just have it all off and then start chippity chopping the front end to make this thing look way more aggressive. Oh, you guys are a little dusty, I gotta wipe you off. I've been going through the Jeep trying to figure out where I'm gonna mount everything, because there's 2 things where I'm gonna be cutting, the smog stuff, or yeah, the evap canister and everything, and then there's a vacuum reservoir that I have to relocate. So I've been going through, I'm going to chop right up to here, and I want to come just underneath this right here. And I don't know, a lot of people cut all the way up to this bend, so it's kind of flat. I don't know, I'm gonna cut just underneath for now, but this stuff shouldn't be that bad. I should be able to mount it possibly right here for now. This little doodad right here, this vacuum reservoir, I was seeing if I could just delete it and just plug this vacuum line, but this controls all the vacuum for the whole system, which the brake booster uses a lot of it. So I can't really get rid of this. I may put it right here. There is a spot right here which will be perfect for it. It's not really in the way of anything. I'm thinking that rail is going to be the best spot for it. And this thing isn't that bad. I'll just take this and just move it up to here. So I'm gonna get to moving everything real quick, and then I will pick the camera back up and we'll start cutting. By the way, it is extremely cold here. It's like 40 degrees, 40, I think it's 45 it's gonna be top. So it's actually really fucking cold out today. Past couple of days has been in like the high 60s, even low 70s. Today, cold, windy, rainy, so kind of sucks that I'm freezing my ass off and I'm just getting over being sick. So but we're still gonna get this shit done. So yeah, so I just realized that it did not even record. I fucking hate when I do this. I should always look at the camera for recording, but I'm gonna have to show you guys on this side. But this is what I fashionably cut up. Now mind you, all this is gonna be cleaned up. As you can see, my cutoff wheel got very, very small. So I'm probably gonna lop this off right here and here, so it's full circle, and then I'm gonna drill a hole and then zip tie this up and out of the way. I'm probably gonna clean up this, probably just grind it down straight across here, and then cut this off. Like I said, looks good. And you're not really gonna tell, it's like shit right now, but it's gonna look dope once the bumper's on there, because now it opens up. It actually gives the Jeep a wider looking stance, if you ask me. Hard to tell because it's sunny, but as you can see, it looks like it gives the Jeep a wider stance. I got my blue light glasses on because I can't find any of my safety goggles. she wrote. This side went a little bit better because I had an idea of where to actually cut it. Plus I had a fresh wheel, so it's a lot bigger, so it reached to different spots. But yeah, that's it. I mean, this is very, very thin aluminum, as you can see. If I just step on it, it starts bending. So overall, like I said, it gives it much more like of a wider appearance. I also found out how I'm gonna route this. As you can see, it's kind of just well, you can't see because it's blurred again. So the ABS pump, it's a little mount right here, but there's still some thread sticking up, so this is just loose right now, but this should tighten this down right here. I have the 90 off of this. I bent this bracket up a little. It's gonna sit just like that. The plug reaches and it clears away from the steering rack and everything. This hose will reach, and I just have to cut this and then route it right there, and it should be good to go. This fucking dumb piece of shit. So I want to stick it right up here. The problem is one, this AC line's in the way. Two, just to drill holes into this frame, you can't. This is literally the only spot I could put this. Only spot. This thing has posed a big challenge. So I got it mounted. My dumbass dropped it and I broke one of the mounting tabs completely off, so you can't even mount it by screws, so I had to do the next best thing. Good old trusty zip ties for now. So I just sent them through here. Not the most ideal, but it is what it is for now until I can order a new one. They're pretty cheap, they're like 10-15 bucks. I'm gonna just push the Jeep out into the driveway. I started not feeling too well right now, so I got a headache and my stomach is kind of just like, yeah. I'm gonna push the Jeep into the driveway. I think it's supposed to rain tonight or tomorrow. Again, I think. I don't feel like, I don't even really care. So I'll pick this video back up tomorrow and we'll get everything else. I may come back out here and wire everything back up. I'm just gonna go nap, take some medication to help me sleep, and hopefully feel better in a little bit, and then I'll tackle the winch, and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right, your boy got some rest last night, went to sleep super early, but then I was up at like 1 in the morning wide awake, and went back to sleep at 5 and then up at 9. So my sleep is all over the place. We're back on a Jeep. I smoothed everything down because I was trying to beat the rain. I ended up spray painting all the exposed areas and everything black, and then it started raining. Again, this isn't some show truck, show Jeep. I already have a video of me installing this bumper, so there's no need to really show you guys the step-by-step process to install it. Let me go ahead and put you guys up on a tripod and time-lapse everything else. Alright, so let's close this video out. Apologize about the brightness. I actually did install more lights in my garage. So I tried closing this video out when I almost finished at work, and then it rained on me. And then it rained for 5 days straight. And every single time there was a break in the rain, 2 minutes later it rained again. So I was having a hard time like going back and forth, and I was just trying to get one freaking vacuum line on. That's all I was trying to do, and it was just absolutely torrential downpour, monsooning over here. Finally got a break in the rain. No rain, I think, for the rest of this week, but now we have like 30-mile-an-hour winds. To show you everything that I did and show you guys how I ran everything and kind of explain everything. Let me just hunker down here. So since I told you guys before that I dropped this and I broke this tab off, unfortunately this is what we have to resort to. I'm probably gonna order another one. They're like 20 bucks used, or just find a Jeep and pull this one from it. This hose fit just fine. I didn't have to modify it at all. This hose I did have to modify. This is the one that runs down, the bigger hose. This one didn't really have to do. There's a little bit of stud here holding the ABS sensor in, and it's secured just enough where it still allows a little movement. I have to tighten this down still. I took the 90 that was attached here, put it here to attach it here, and then basically I took this hose, cut it shorter, and you just loop it little tighter over here, but it's not going to cause any issues. I just start the Jeep, and it was perfectly fine. So hopefully you guys watching this gain a little more knowledge on, I wouldn't say knowledge, but gain a little more insight on chopping up the fenders. Haven't made a mount for the horns yet, but honestly I don't really use them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I got nothing else for y'all. Stay hungry, stay humble, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others.